Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil for the Sony PlayStation 1. We went through the entrance hall in the last video, and we got our magic sword stolen. That was very embarrassing. I had to pay 4,000 gold, which was almost all my gold, just to get it back. Yeah, I had to show that off. But by going deeper into the castle, we reached the time device. This is the last regular stage of the game. Once we go through this, we meet Zarok. Shutting up due to cutscene. And here we are at the time device. First thing we can do is walk forward, and we hit this switch with our sword. Once we do, we have to face off against Zarok's forces. The guys with the guns from the village are back, and we also have these flying eye enemies. There are clocks with wings here, but thankfully they cannot hurt you. And when you approach this door, you are given this random time. You need to remember where the sun and moon hands are, so that way you can open the door. Also, before I do anything else, I need to beat the enemies on this side too, and I also need to jump over that. We will get to the other side of that door eventually, but for now, well, first of all, we need to talk to this gargoyle.
Using a dark magic called science, Zarok has constructed a device based around the mechanical measurement of time. The innards of this chronograph are fiendishly complicated. Keep your eye on the flying timepieces and get ready to reset the hands of the master time clock.
And 2, do what the gargoyle said, reset the clock. Just keep bouncing on this until we have enough air to get up to the clock. And from here, we have some things that we can do. The silver button moves the silver hand, and the gold button moves the gold hand. I know that the silver hand was up here. I want to think that you go over here, at least for mine. And we just saw the door turn up there. I don't know if you noticed it, but you get virtually no fanfare for when you open the door. That's because the clock you get, the time on the clock that you get when you approach this door when it is closed, I believe the time you get on that clock is random upon file creation, though I'm not sure. At least there's a fountain here, so that's nice. However, we do need to go over here. I need to run. Run, Dan, run. There we go. And from here, we kind of need to walk to the side here. Try not to run into any, or either of the hands, and apparently that's what I did there. You also don't want this pendulum guillotine clock lowering down and hitting you either. That would be bad. At least they don't do that much damage, the hands and the guillotine pendulum clocks. And no, game, I don't want a silver shield. You can forget doing that. I do want to go over here. I know I'm going to be shot at a couple times, but I'll get the time rune. I'll be able to beat that guy up, and I can hit the switch to go back this way. And let's make sure we jump, because that is a pit where that hand is moving back and forth. And yes, it does hurt you. By the way. I obviously forgot to talk about the life bottle in that barrier. We'll be able to break it later, don't worry. For now, let's use a time rune over here. And we need to approach this door. Let's see here. Okay, the gold hand is on Ares. And I believe the silver hand is on Libra. Of course, by opening this door, we close the door that leads to the life bottle. Which can be a pain. For now, we're just going to put everything right here. That closed this door, but it opens the way to the rest of the level. I don't need you to jump right now, Dan. Now, this leads further into the level. We can't go there yet because we don't have the Chaos Room. So what we need to do is, I believe, go... I want to think this way. There are 2 paths in this area. One of them leads to the Chaos Room. But we need another room, as you will soon see. Let's go ahead and beat up the flying eyeballs and get the Chaos Room. And then try to avoid being hit by a rolling clock or something. And the pendulum clocks, or the pendulum guillotine clocks as we go over here. This thing, as you are taking these paths, you definitely don't want to get hit by the arms a whole bunch. Not a whole lot. This is the other path that we need to take. And we'll be coming over here a couple of times. Ow. Use a life bottle, but I got 8. That's okay. We need to beat up the enemies over here. There's another thing keeping us from that rune. And we have this thing. We have this barrier, and if you hit this switch, you have 3 seconds to change everything. All you have to do is just hit this one once, and just keep hitting this thing until you hit it 3 times. This not only gets rid of the barrier blocking the chalice, but it gets rid of all the barriers. So, not only can we get the Earth Rune, but we can get the life bottle. Also, you were supposed to jump back into the tube. I guess you could do that if you want to speed run the level or something. So, let's go back to the master clock and get that life thing. Hey, hey, hey. I don't want you going that way. That's right. I think this was over here. You and you. Do you open? You do. Okay, I remembered the time. Good. Also, you can't go up that slope no matter how hard you try. So don't even bother. So now that we have our 9th life bottle, we can now refill our health here a little bit. I will definitely do that. And from here, we need to go back and set the gold hand to Ares, and I believe we need to set the silver or moon hand to what should be Libra, I think. If I can jump on the thing. That'd be great. Okay, you go over here. Please open. Okay, you have to have the door on screen in order to see it close and open and whatnot. So you do get a tell. It's just you don't get anything like a cutscene or anything. And now that we have the Chaos Rune, we can go over here. We can get shot at by these two guys. And we can put the Chaos Rune in. Now we have a book we can read. This metal keep houses the magical chariot that Zarok calls his train. The path it runs along leads eventually to Zarok's lair. However, your route is blocked by gates controlled at various wait stations. Travel to these on the train, open the gates, and head for the lair. So apparently, Zarok invented the train in 1386. That's actually when the game takes place, by the way, 1386. You can look it up. We need to put this in, but we can't go over here unless we have a train. We need to get on a train. There's the exit. There are holes. There's another door for another that needs another rune. How do we push the train? Well, we need to look for this thing. And we need to push this along a little bit. And we need to... Okay. There's the rune door. There's the exit door. What you want to do is have this black arrow that you can push to the side. Push back and forth. Pointing at the door to the left of the one that you want to go to. The one counter or anti-clockwise from the one that you want to go to. So if I want to enter the green rune door, I have to point the little arrow, I guess you could call it an arrow, at the door that is to the left or counterclockwise of it, which is the exit door. Basically, it's always going to be the door that is left of the one you want to enter. Once you do that, you want to make a running jump over to the train. That is a pit, by the way. That is a bottomless pit. And you just want to jump on the little black rear car of the train. You'll automatically take a ride over to where you have the train aimed at. Remember, if the door is closed, you can't take the train there. You gotta have it open. And now I just need to hold the circle button again, like we always do, just to keep getting airtime here. And I know I'm just tanking hits, but you know what? I never really use the shield anyway. We got the moon rune. There's a merchant gargoyle near the moon rune if you need it. We're not going to need it. And there's nothing else that's going to be done there. Or here in this area at all. So we can forget that. We don't need to go here anymore. And from here, once we get off the train platform, these guys start popping out of the holes. And we need to beat them up. Let's remember to put the moon rune in here first. There should be more guys. Where aren't there more guys? There they are. I was at the wrong one. You stop. Is that all? I'm gonna give this a give this room a quick run through, and if any more guys show up, I'm gonna beat them up. Of course. I have to say, I should be at 90 something by the time this is done. Any more for any more? No? Alrighty then. Now we need to point the train at the arrow door. In order to do that, the little arrow needs to point at the entrance to this room. And I think this will be a little easier. Make sure you don't accidentally fall into the pit near the train, by the way, while you're pushing this. And if you see the steam coming out of the steam pipe on the train, that means the train is ready to go. I did not think I would make that jump. Now we want to be careful here. In this room we have two switches, as you can see. And we have these guys with the muskets guarding the switches. We need to hit the switches in order to open the doors to the exit. You must have both doors open. You can't just have one and then just walk through it with Dan. No, you gotta use the train. And there's one. Now we just need to go on the other side, beat up the musket guys on the way there. And then we need to remember to get the chalice. Don't want to forget that. The chalice here will be the 20th and the last chalice in the game, which means we will have the whole set, and we will get the good ending once we beat Zarok. Spoiler alert, there's more than one ending. And I'm just going to spoil the bad one right now. When you beat the game without all the chalices, Dan just goes to his crypt and just dies. He goes back to being unliving. They removed the bad ending when they remade this game for the PlayStation Portable, the PSP, as MediEvil Resurrection. And they also changed some stuff in the PSP remake as well. I've never played the PS4 version. Will I? I'm not sure. I've had more than enough fun with this one. And again, I probably will play MediEvil 2 down the line as well. Maybe. But for right now, I just want to concentrate on MediEvil 1. So now that we have, or actually, you know what? Where's the exit? Okay, we can just point the arrow at the moon rune door. Hey. There we go. Now, are you pointed at the thing? Yes, you are. Okay, let's get that out of the way. We could exit now, but then I would accidentally miss the chalice. And I don't want to do that. So, we need to go. That's right, we need to go back to the pipe. Which means we're going to get beat up again. A little bit. Not too much, though. We did refill at the exit switch door. You are over there. I forgot to beat you up. You are going to be a pain in my side. Okay. Let's jump back in and let's get the chalice. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show this off. If you walk onto this little thing here, you can go over here and get a little bit of money. And I somehow managed to get right on the tip of that. I don't know how I did that. There's also a thing of gold over there. Can I just leap onto it? Can I make a running jump? I can always heal this damage I'm taking back at the graveyard. Apparently not. And it's kind of hard to tell where it's supposed to... Or Ah. I see. It's at that group of platforms. I guess if you took like a little... I guess there's a little side route near all those circle platforms with the hands that you had to dodge and everything. Well, I don't really need to get the gold. I never even bothered to... Really, game? I never really bothered to get that gold in the practice run. It's not like I'm really going to need it all that much either. So, ow. Probably got hit by something there. But anyway, we need to go back to the train. And we can just ride the train to the exit. Again, I can heal all that damage that I need to take at the graveyard. I'm not even going to chance doing it in the entrance hall because I don't want my sword stolen again. But here we are at the Hall of Heroes. We're going to get the full set before we know it. Do you say anything new? You do!
You prove us all wrong. Maybe it is destined to be a hero. Maybe it can defeat Zarok. The people of Gallowmere may never know of your past mistakes, and you as the people's hero. Your time in exile is over. Welcome to your new home, Sir Daniel Fortescue.
This is it. We're worthy. We've got the full set and we're worthy. Our statue is no longer transparent. We are now worthy. There's only one more treasure to get, and it's right here. We haven't spoken to you in a while. What's up?
Daniel, thank goodness you're still safe. I have a gift I can give to you, but sadly, I can't say how useful you will find it.
Well, let's see. 3 energy vials. Oh, that's real good. I only have to make one. Now that ensures I only have to make one trip to the graveyard before I finally take on Zarok. But we've done it. We've gotten the full set of chalices. Our statue is no longer transparent. And we're at endgame. Once we go to the east of the time device, we will finally be in Zarok's inner sanctum. The next video is going to be the last. This was a fun game. It was tough at times. But I definitely had fun as I stuck through it. And join me next time for the finale. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!